Are you accepting mediocrity? Stay tuned. This is Damon from NLP Gym. NLP, self-help, personal development, and all that stuff. If you haven't already, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get these videos on a regular basis. I'm really blessed to be living in California. This is not where I grew up, and I have not lived most of my life here. I actually grew up in a very small swamp town on the bayou in southern Louisiana. A lot of people who meet me don't believe that because they've seen a lot of these non-reality TV shows that are shot in Louisiana, and they want to know why I don't have that accent, why I don't wrestle alligators, and I don't catch catfish with my bare hands, and I don't duck hunt. I've been living in California for 13 years, and yes, I kind of have lost my accent, and I never quite felt like Louisiana was home after I grew up. Spent some time in New Orleans, going to college there, and then ended up here. And I don't think that that was a mistake. I think we find ourselves in places that support who we are, and if we're stuck, then we're probably living in a place and surrounding ourselves with an environment and people who contribute to us being stuck. This is where self-help, personal development, whatever you want to call it, that's where this stuff really comes into play. When I lived in Louisiana and I would be reading a self-help, personal development, self-development, human potential, whatever kind of book, or I was in, say, a bookstore and I would kind of like go to the self-help section and kind of cautiously look around, because a lot of people would judge me for that. And even my friends sometimes would say, oh, there you go with that self-help bullshit. That stuff doesn't work. Sure, it does not work for people who believe it does not work. I can tell you that it definitely works for me, and I know many, many people who it works for. And I happen to live in a place, California, where a lot of people are into this, and it's not a shameful thing. It's not something that is frowned upon or looked down upon. In fact, it's kind of something when people see that you're doing it, it's kind of like if you're exercising and someone who sees you who's not really in very good shape will kind of feel like, oh, I should do that. Now, sometimes you're that person who's exercising and eating right, and I've had this happen to me, and the people around me will start teasing me about it. It's not an attempt to help me not take myself too serious, which can be a very positive thing. It's more they're trying to drag me down to their level. They want me to be more like them so that they don't feel uncomfortable that I'm taking care of myself. And this actually happened when I was in Los Angeles. I was working in a place where the people were pretty unhealthy, and they didn't eat very well, and they drank a lot of alcohol. And I would come in with my pre-packaged, pre-made meals that I had made myself, which were very healthy. And at first they gave me a lot of crap about it, and they would tell me things like, well, I don't want to live forever. And I would say, I'm not trying to live forever, I'm just trying to live as healthy as I can while I'm alive. After a while, I didn't change. I kept eating my healthy food. They started to change. They started to come in with healthier meals, and they started challenging each other to eat healthier and lose weight. That doesn't normally happen. It usually happens the other way around. If you're outnumbered, you tend to just slack off and go with the other people. It's very important that you surround yourself with people who are going to be supportive of your personal development, even if they're not into it themselves. Some people will be very supportive of what you're doing, even though they're not into it, and that's cool. The people who will try to drag you down into mediocrity, those are the people you want to not spend so much time with. I wouldn't say cut ties. Don't cut ties with anyone you really care about. It's important to have people that you really care about. Just be very cautious and careful about who you're spending most of your time with. Ideally, you want to spend most of your time with people who have things that you don't have, and it's not just material things, but who have a certain standard for themselves that you would like to rise to. And it's an amazing thing when you're around these people enough, you will start to rise to that. Not only, it's not really necessarily a competition thing, though healthy competition can be good that way. It's more about knowing that it's possible. You're surrounding yourself around people who feel like this is what's possible for them, and they make it happen. If you're surrounding yourself with people who make every excuse as to why they can't have what they want or they can't create what they want, then you start to buy into that world of limitation. and you start to live your life that same way. There's something inside of us that wants to have rapport with people, that wants to have connection and congruence with people, even if that drags us down. If you're spending a lot of time with these types of people, you're going to want to connect with these people, unconsciously even, so you will tend to bring yourself down to that level. And I hate to even use bring down and up. It's really a choice. It's what do you want? Nobody's more or less valuable. It's just a matter of what you want. I want a lot from myself. I demand a lot from myself. I feel my potential pulling me to do a lot. And as a result, I've become very picky with who I spend my time with. In fact, I really wish that I had this great circle of friends who I hung out with every single week, but it doesn't quite work like that. I have friends in LA, I have friends in New Orleans, I have friends here, and I have friends in other countries. And we really all don't get together, and they all don't really know each other, so it's not like I can have that circle of friends, which is something I would really like to have, and something I'm working on. Does self-help work? Absolutely it works. There's also a dark side to the self-help thing, and that is gurus and charlatans, or people who will tell you that they can somehow take on the responsibility of you. And there's also these products out there and teachers who will try to tell you that you don't have to do the work on yourself, that somehow they can magically help you make these shifts or changes without doing that. It's not going to happen. You have to do the work on yourself. It has to be a consistent, ongoing thing, just like your health is. Your physical health is just like your mental health. It has to be maintained. You have to do the work. There's no getting around it. You can't say, oh, I really value my health, as soon as they make a pill that I can take which will make me healthy without having to exercise or eat right. It's not going to happen. So beware of the gurus and the charlatans. You are your own guru. You are your own best guru. You can certainly learn from other people and learn processes and techniques and models that will help you. Remember, it's all coming back to you. You are the guru for yourself and for your life. Maybe you've been dabbling in self-help. Maybe you've been sticking your toe in the water and testing it out. You read a book here and there, you try a training or a workshop here and there, and you're not quite doing it on a regular basis. Take it from me, if something is important to you, don't dabble. Go for it. Commit to it. Make it a regular thing, whatever it is. Even if it's 15 minutes a day of journaling. Commit to your own personal development and invest in yourself. If you're really ready to do the work, I highly recommend that you enroll in NLP Gem's Ultimate Practitioner Training, which is coming up in January. It will keep you on track. It will keep you consistent. It's the longest, most comprehensive NLP practitioner training in the US with superstar trainers like Judith Delosier, Dr. Sid Jacobson, Mark Andreas, and myself. Check out our website, nlp-gem.com. There you will find the Ultimate NLP Practitioner Training where you can sign up and enroll for that. Also follow us on Facebook for real-time updates on workshops that we have coming up, as well as free practice sessions that I hold right here in Santa Cruz. If you like this video, please click like right down here and leave me a comment or a question. I will get back to you. Stay tuned to the end of this video so you can get your hands on a free online NLP training. Take care. If you like this video, please click